So, how was your day? Have you ever really stopped and evaluated how the day went? Do you feel like you're learning and growing and making some advancements in your life? Or do you seem to be making the same mistakes, doing the same things, and ending up in the same place, wishing things were different? Maybe it's time to be more intentional, to pay closer attention to what's happening in your day, and even have a plan to help you evaluate and change a few things. Here's a simple tool that I hope you'll download and give it a try. It's called Evaluating My Day, but it's really the beginning of journaling. It's a simple way to help you keep track of what's happened each day, but even more, it will help you learn from what's going on. Then, at the end of the day, it becomes a prayer guide for you to use to pray before you sleep. Let's take a look at how it works. Make enough copies for the week or even the month, and then put them into a notebook or keep them by your bed or on your desk. Put today's date on it, and then write down a couple of big things that happened today. It can be ordinary things or even special things, like it was gym day, big test in math, had an argument with Melissa, it was payday. So you'll look back and say, oh yeah, that was Friday. And then go through these 4 questions. They come from Martin Luther and can really help you focus in on what God might be doing in your life. First, what went well? What are you thankful for? No matter how your day went, even if you think it was one of the worst in a long time, there is something to be thankful for. God is there with you, and if you stop and you look around, you'll see how He provided for you or protected you or encouraged you. Write some of those things down so that you don't forget. And if a particular verse comes to mind, jot that down too. Even if you don't know exactly where to find it, like just put, God says, I will never leave you or forsake you. You can always look it up later. And then, number 2, what didn't go well? This is kind of like, what do I regret? Don't just hurry by this one. Stop and think. Ask God to help you see what He sees. Maybe you got angry too quickly. You didn't study for a test. You looked at something online that you shouldn't have. Whatever it is, write it down, because these are going to be the things that you'll need to make right and learn from or change. And as you write them down, there probably will be a couple of verses that come to mind. Just jot them down as well, like be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. And then number 3, what would you do differently? If you could go back and try it again, what would you change? Here's where we're learning from the mistakes and we're thinking about the right things to do. We're asking God to teach us His ways and not just keeping on doing what we always do. So look at things you listed in number 2 and then ask God to show you what you should have done. And there will also be a couple of verses that might be good to write down there, like a gentle answer turns away anger. And then question number 4, what should I do next? These are actually the really important things that are going to help you change and grow. So knowing what you did wrong and thinking about what you should have done instead, what do you need to do now? Is there someone that you need to ask for forgiveness? Or something you need to do to make things right? And can you think of a Bible verse that might encourage you to follow through on that? Jot that down too. Then use the whole sheet as a prayer guide. Thanking God for the good things of the day and where you saw Him working. Repent and ask Him for forgiveness for the things that you did wrong. Ask Him to teach you how to do things His way and learn how to be more like Him. And then pray about things that you know you need to do next. Asking Him for help and for strength and for wisdom to do the right thing. Then you're finished, right? No, not yet. What's the next step? Yeah, you need to go and do the things that you know you need to do. That's the hard part, but that's where the growth and change and learning is going to happen. Some of that is going to show up on your list tomorrow. So start evaluating your day, learning from what happened today, and see what God will do as you grow up in Him.